An Iowa-New Hampshire standoff over mail-in ballots has been averted, with Iowa Democrats agreeing to announce the results of their contest on Super Tuesday in March. Members of the DNC Rules and Bylaws Committee lavished praise on Iowa today for giving up the fight for its long-standing caucus tradition.
Scott, my man, what you guys did was fantastic.
In New Hampshire, where control of the primary is held by the Secretary of State, the Democratic Party is neither willing nor able to submit to DNC demands. The Rules and Bylaws Committee is giving New Hampshire Democrats another 30 days to come up with Plan B.
There is no solution that I'm aware of, anyways, to what they would find appealing. So I think it's best that we just move forward, continue on the plans to host the First of the Nation primary.
The new clarity over Iowa's position is being welcomed by Secretary of State David Scanlon.
It, I think, allows us to continue the strong tradition of the Iowa caucuses followed by the New Hampshire primary.
The drama on the Democratic side of the aisle did threaten to cause chaos in the Republican primary as well. Now, candidates in New Hampshire today are breathing a sigh of relief.
I think that is good news, precisely because it's not going to mess things up that it otherwise could have derailed.
And now that Iowa Democrats are locked into DNC compliance, it makes it much more likely that the date of the First in the Nation New Hampshire primary will be January 23rd of 2024. Jen?
Okay, but when will Secretary Scanlon set that primary date officially, and will President Biden be on the ballot?
Well, Jen, the Secretary of State is in no rush. We've got the First in the Nation filing period coming up. Perhaps after that, we'll see some news. The latest it's ever been set is right around Thanksgiving, so there are weeks left that he could still do that. When it comes to President Biden, it was very unlikely that he was ever going to put his name on the ballot here because he was the one who initiated all of these changes in the first place. Now, with New Hampshire in non-compliance, it makes it impossible for him, at least by DNC rules, to put his name on the ballot here. Democrats had a contingency for that. They're going to be trying to initiate a write-in campaign to ensure that he wins the First in the Nation primary here on the Democratic side, Jen.